Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So today we have a brand new ultimate stage from the upcoming Fallen Halo series, right? Enchanting voice. Enchanting song. Alright, so we're gonna go for all achievement in this video once again. Alright, so in this first team, it's featuring Yogg Sothoth, 3 Enchantress, and 1 PR starter. Right, this is gonna do the same leader ally, same card, as well as 3 attribute, which is the hidden condition. Right, so you might be wondering at this point of time, why am I putting a PR starter in a Yogg Sothoth team? Right, like PR starter gives you 10-second movement time with 3 extra rolls, but it doesn't stack with Yogg Sothoth's 25-second movement time. Right, so the reason why I bring Duncan is to extend the 3 rolls and not for any sort of movement time. Right, but before I get to that, let's take a look at Battle 1 here. We have Nap Rider, in which is going to give us 0 recovery debuff for 5 turns upon his defeat. Right, in which we can still recover HP during this first battle. Right, so this first battle, make use of as many turns as possible to get your Enchantress up and ready. Alright, it is better to activate Enchantress in the first round and let their cooldown run as the battle goes on. Right, so you can see here we're back at full HP, so during this spin it is a must to take down this Nap Rider. Right, so with Enchantress on, shouldn't be a problem. Right, so we're going to move on to Battle 2 with 5 turns of 0 recovery starts now. Okay, so next battle we have 2 mobs in which each giving one weathered rune. Alright, so one of them starting at CD2, the other one starting at CD3. So none of them are going to attack during this turn. So if possible, you can leave one alive, of course killing the one on the left first, and then kind of rinse your CD again if you kind of killed the first battle off too early. Right, so the reason why I can turn on Media so early in the battle is because I can actually take a hit here, right, even with the 1.5 damage dealt to us. Right, so notice here I have my Fire Rune being electrified here, and I'm having only 1 Fire Rune on the board. Hence, I have to go for one junk spin, and then after that, going for the kill for this one. Right, so note that this mob here have revival together with 3 electrifying runes. Alright, so note that the electrifying rune doesn't appear again, so as long as you clear it, you're free, kind of thing. Right, so it's gonna revive, with ×2 HP, attack, blah blah blah, ×2 of whatever stats. Okay, so here with it's going to revive back at CD2, so basically you have 2 turns to kill the revive form, in which is more than enough considering you have Enchantress activated. Alright, so you can see here I kind of have too many junk rune on the board, so didn't manage to go for that 1-hit kill, but it's okay. As I mentioned, CD2, so I would say that this battle is pretty easy using this Yogg Sothoth team as long as you get your skills ready on the first battle. Alright, rest of the stage is just on your spinning and when to use which active skill. Okay, so moving on, second last battle we have Namta, right, the costume version for some reason. So here is whereby we have to deactivate Enchantress and on Yogg Sothoth. Right, you have to off the Enchantress because there is a neutralized stage at the boss. So here, other than that, we have Tetris Shield, so make sure you fill up that Tetris Shield, and note that Tetris Shield cannot be extended, so you have to fit in the Tetris Shield just right. Okay, so with this, activate Dragonic Compulsion as well, because in the boss stage you are going to use Duncan, in which you can't reach for that Dragonic Compulsion anyways. Right, so use this chance to on your Compulsion and make sure you slaughter off Namta. Right, so here I equip a Shadowfall Opal craft, in which I find that it's like the easiest craft to use. You just tap, and you can just kill it off. Right, I avoid using the reflection craft because it's gonna clump up just selected color runes, right? And I do not want that. So, boss, we have 3 HP. Can I pause this for a while? Let me explain because it's such a long battle. Alright, so we have the body, which is on the left. The left body will have 80 million defense, but very little HP. Right, so this is the troublesome one. People usually kill the right one, leaving the left one alive, and then you have all sorts of problem because it's super high defense, 80 million defense. Right, center body at phase 1, meaning all parts are alive. 10 combos and above to deal damage. When it's at phase 2, meaning 2 body parts alive, 8 combos, and then final body, which is just the body itself, 6 combo and above. Right, so in this case, it is 10 combos and above. And the one on the right is gonna lock God races, and the more gods you have, the higher its attack. Alright, so here you can see that we have no gods, so we're gonna continue to activate Enchantress once again, and Yogg-Sothoth activated that already, and Duncan. Right, so Duncan is gonna give us like 10-second movement time instead of 25, so take note of that. So make sure you do a full attack and go for 10 combos. And what you want to do is to slaughter off the main body. Right, 80 million defense doesn't really matter because once you cross the 10 combos, you kill the main body, the left body will automatically die off on its own because the main body isn't there anymore. Right, so this is my way of bypassing the super high defense, because there's no point like bringing like Verdandi, then you suck the HP off the high defense, and then blah blah blah. You waste 1 turn there. You might as well kill it off in 1 shot. Right, this is one of the few body part bosses that you can kill it off in 1 shot. Like usually the main body is invulnerable and stuff like that. Alright, so with this, we're done with 2 achievements. Right, so we're going to form a team of Mono Dark, and I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Mono Dark setup. Right, so other than the 2 achievements we've done just now, one of the main achievement is Mono Dark attribute, just Mono Dark. Alright, so here we are with the good old Norse team. So who say Norse can't clear this kind of thing, right? So Norse is still in the power, still usable. I won't say they're like totally useless. So here we are, first battle once again. So here, as I mentioned in the first team setup with Yogg-Sothoth, here is your CD storing stage. So store as much CD as possible. So what we have here is Loki, Odin, we have Ragul, PR, just power release, like half an hour ago. So got him to max level once again, and then we're ready to use him. Right, he's a pretty good card, so I suggest you guys to power release it, max it if you actually have this card here. Right, we have Ed, the Necrophilia, as well as Endor. Right, so Endor, you know the thing is, we're using it to bypass the above 10 combo shield. So before we head on to that one, we have these 2 mobs once again with weathered runes. So here, of course, you want to target the one on the left first because CD2, the other one CD3, you can take your time to slaughter the one on the right. Right, so we have CD2 here, so I'm taking this chance to just, spin off a bit of runes here and there. I have to dissolve the dark one because it's weathered. And you can see it just nicely live on a teeny weeny bit of HP. So what I'm doing here is to just wash off the debuff as fast as possible. Right, 3 more turns, so we can make use of this 1 extra turn to wash off 1 turn of this 0 recovery debuff. Right, 1 turn makes a lot of difference. Alright, so 3 out of 5 we have this which series card is this, man? Can't even remember. Alright, so Revival. So here is where Norse kind of struggled a little bit, but still managed to pass. So here you can see that CD1, we have a Skull, we have cleared the electrifying runes already. So at this point of time I can see, oh, so many hard runes, so might as well use Ragul here to convert hard to enchant dark and blah blah blah. So we can slaughter off the first part of this mini boss here. Right, first part because it's gonna revive. Okay, so he's back here with ×2 attack, ×2 HP, ×2 defense. Defense doesn't really matter. So ×2 HP and attack basically. So here you can see that the amount of dark runes is still lacking. Hence, even so with ×2 HP it's even harder to kill it off, right? So here I have no choice but to use the Loki Odin Convert, which gives us plenty of dark runes. So here I kind of tried to control the amount of dark runes used, but fortunately we have huge chunk of Sky Drop and ending the turn with almost half the board full of dark runes. Alright, so good. Moving on, 4 out of 5. Namta with the Puzzle Shield, and yep, just the Puzzle Shield. Right, so you can see my board here is in a pretty good shape here. So you can see this spin here was it's really in a very good path. Right, so just spin, do Dragonic Compulsion here. Right, the reason why I do Dragonic Compulsion here is I want to set the board up in order to do a one big burst at, you know, the boss. So you can see here I'm basically clumping majority dark runes and a bit of other junk runes, so I can split up the combo and make sure I actually hit 10 combos. Right, so with this, off to the boss. Whatever cards that's left is Loki, Ed, and Endor. So as I mentioned, the body part on the right is gonna lock God's active skill, right? And God can't attack as well, right? So the crash came in again. So anyone encountering this like iOS 10 and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty fortunate that I did not start spinning. If not, there goes this entire gameplay. So we're back here. So 10 normal combos. So the lower the HP, the dramatically greater its attack will be. So we have no time for that. We're gonna one-hit kill this boss. So on Ed, on Endor, make sure you do a full attack. Alright, full attack, and yep, there's the one at the bottom. And then after that, try to split up as many combos as possible. And you can see that here we do have 10 combos on initial spin without Sky Drop. Right, so with Sky Drop we have 13 combos, and Ed's gonna take away the right body and the main body, right body part and the main body. And then as I mentioned earlier, the left one with super high defense is just gonna die off on its own because the main body isn't there anymore. Right, so that will be it for Mono Dark. I would say that Norse isn't exactly the stable team to farm, but I'm doing Norse to show you guys that Norse is still pretty relevant in still, you know, current meta. Right, so that's the Mono Dark achievement. Got myself another copy of this card. So yeah, pretty satisfied. So with this, that'll be all achievement for this particular ultimate stage. So what team do you use? You can share with others, leave it down in the comment below. I would like to check out what, you know, teams you guys are using. Right, so with this, I'm gonna end this video here. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Right, and as usual, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.